You cannot build a house out of a pile of paintings, and you cannot fix a car with songs, no matter how hard you sing at it, and that's fine. We are not drawn to art because it is useful, because it helps us do something else. We're drawn to art because it's beautiful. We are so drawn to beauty that sometimes practicality will completely go out the window. We humans are soft creatures. We love the comforts and conveniences of civilization, but nevertheless, many of us will cheerfully forego all of that just to head out into the middle of nowhere and take in a beautiful view, just like this one. We don't just seek it out either. Creating beauty is an essential part of what it means to be human too. From ancient caves to forgotten Indian temples to the walls of any house with a 4-year-old in it, it is quite clear to us that we love to create beauty. It is an essential part of what makes us human. But that's not all that makes us human either. We humans are relentlessly practical as well. By practical, I mean we do stuff like measure things, quantify things, analyze things, reflect upon our experience and generate extrapolations and abstractions, formulate models of our problems, and change the world to help us solve our problems. And our society today is shaped by this relentless, unstoppable practicality. We live in a world of profound abundance, coupled with a profound pressure to produce. Those of us alive today often define ourselves in terms of our role in productive society, by that little line underneath our name on our business cards, and also by what we consume. And our experience of art is shaped by all of that. We alive today have access to more art than anyone ever has. With a digital device, a subscription, access to the internet, you can have access to more artistic experience than the most powerful person in the world had 100 years ago. More art than you can experience in an entire lifetime. Now we have computers running algorithms trying to figure out what you like and figuring out how to put as much of that in your face as you're willing to spend money on. We have entire genres of art that exist exclusively to satisfy pre-existing demand. But computers aren't just recommending art to us these days either. We've also moved into a period where it's creating art too. Now this is mostly the kind of thing that you're going to find on YouTube, primarily marketed towards children. Kids are pretty easy to entertain. You can give them shiny colors, catchy songs, friendly characters, basically all kinds of stuff that a computer can combine in infinite numbers of permutations, keeping kids entertained for hours on end. And it's about to get even crazier, because neuroscience is starting to crawl out of its infancy and into its cranky toddler period. We can take data from brains now, and we can do stuff with that data, including shaping our art. So what will the art of the future look like as informed by brain data? It's going to look kind of weird, I think. It might look a little something like this. These are real images generated by a computer to optimally stimulate the visual portion of a monkey's brain. The computer took a random guess, collected data from the monkey, and then used that data to make even better and better guesses, and repeated that process over and over and over again until the monkey could barely look away. This is something we're going to be able to do to you, too. Someday, we're going to be able to take your brain data and use that to customize an experience of beauty so perfectly attuned to you that it will be incomprehensible to anybody else, so perfectly compelling that you will be unable to look away, too. If that sounds like addiction, well, that's because it is. Now, techno-addiction like that, or that caliber, is going to be a ways off, but addiction itself is something that impacts a lot of people today, including me. I'm an alcoholic. For years, I drank my ass off, not because I loved the way alcohol made me feel, but because I hated the way that I felt when I was sober. And it got really bad. Towards the end, I was doing nothing but selling my plasma, spending the money on the cheapest alcohol I could find, and just spending all day and night locked in a windowless room trying to make myself feel better. One day I was watching a serial killer documentary to get out of my head, and I heard the announcer say, "At this point in his life, Jeffrey Dahmer was doing nothing but selling his plasma and spending it on the cheapest alcohol he could find." Uh-oh. I had to realize that there's no such thing as a rock bottom for me. There's only the bottom I have where I stopped digging. When I put down the shovel and reached out for help, it opened up a whole new world for me, one that I could not have possibly conjured of my own imagination. I had no idea how I was going to go to bed sober, much less how to make it through the challenges of the rest of my life. But a lot of people have done that before me. And their experiences, their stories helped me realize what a sober life could look like for myself. I've had to do a lot of really difficult and a lot of really scary things to stay sober, and I still do. And it's 1,000 times easier knowing that no matter what I go through, there's going to be life and love for me waiting on the other side of whatever it is that I have to face. So yeah, as I stand before you today, it has been about 2 years, 10 months, and 16 days since the last time I had a drink. Not that long. Longer than I ever thought I'd make it, but all it's come down to is staying sober right now, because no single moment is truly unendurable. So yeah, technologically enhanced addiction scares the shit out of me. But if technology can conjure these perfectly addicting experiences, they can conjure these experiences which can help lift us out of it. They can help customize experiences that inspire us, that challenge us, that help us tap into the power that we all have within us all along. And neurotechnology is already moving in that direction. Real-time brain data can be used to calibrate the kind of help that people get when doing challenging tasks. Too little help, too late, and people will burn out. They'll get frustrated and quit. Too much help, too early, and people will slack off, and they won't grow from the experience. It's that sweet spot of challenge where the magic happens for all of us. It's that point where we have pushed ourselves to our inner limit, and we are ready for help to lift us beyond it. No matter who you are, no matter what you've done, and no matter how you feel, that experience, that help, that hope is available for you today. And all any of us really have to do to get it is reach out for it.